Hello everyone. We meet again at Daily Betterment, a channel for sharing knowledge on personal development through great books. Today, I would like to introduce you to the book Atomic Habits by author James Clear. As we all know, habits are a double-edged sword. They can lead to a better life, but they can also hold us back over time. It's not an exaggeration to say that if we can control our habits, we can also control our lives. So let's take a moment to reflect. Are you making progress every day, or are you still the same as you were last year? Have there been many changes and developments in your life? Building and maintaining habits is not a new topic, and Atomic Habits has become one of the most popular books on the subject. Before reading this book, I was familiar with many similar books on habit formation. However, Atomic Habits stands out with its unique approach from the author. He presents his arguments logically and practically, and his writing style is concise. One of the core values that I see in this book is the emphasis on how changing yourself is changing your identity. Instead of trying to control ourselves through willpower to maintain a habit, it is better to change from within. Now, let's explore more about this book together. The book Atomic Habits is not just a book about forming habits, but also a book about how the brain and human psychology work. The author explains how habits are formed in the brain and how we can use this to develop positive habits. The book also provides specific steps to change habits, from setting goals, creating plans, and implementing effective strategies. One notable aspect of this book is that the author uses many examples and real-life stories to illustrate the presented ideas. This makes it easier for readers to apply them to their daily lives. Additionally, the book offers tools and practical exercises to help you apply the learned knowledge in real life. Atomic Habits not only helps you understand the process of habit formation, but also helps you recognize negative habits that may be affecting your life. From there, you can make changes and build positive habits to achieve success in life. In summary, Atomic Habits is a must-read book for those who want to change and develop themselves. The book not only helps you understand the formation of habits, but also guides you in applying this knowledge to your daily life. Let's read and experience this book to see the difference it can make in our lives. Let's explore this incredibly useful book, written by renowned American psychologist William James. In this book, he famously stated that actions create habits, and habits shape character. Good habits will determine your destiny. The meaning behind this statement is that we should live like bamboo, always maintaining good habits to create a good life. However, we often turn a blind eye to small changes in our lives. We tend to convince ourselves that only big actions can lead to success. Therefore, we overlook the value of small improvements every day. This leads to hesitation, inaction, and often losing perseverance. However, this book mentions a very simple yet highly effective formula. If we can make a 1% change every day for a year until we complete something, we will progress 37 times faster. On the other hand, if we regress by 1% each day for a year, our current ability will decrease almost to nothing. Many people see this as a miracle, a kind of machinery that they hope you will leave aside. However, try this formula yourself and see what the results will be. When we take action and make changes, we will realize that even small changes can create huge results. So let's maintain good habits and let them create a good life for us. Compound interest is an important concept in our lives. It refers to generating profits not only for a specific goal, but also for our own lives. To better understand compound interest, we can look at a timeline and see that when we start incorporating this hidden gem into our actions, we tend to idealize our goals as a straight upward line. We always want to see immediate results and do not want to wait. However, the reality shows that implementing a good habit is a long and complex process. Initially, when we start adjusting our habits, we may see a downward curve. This can make us discouraged and doubt whether our efforts are worth it or not. This downward curve can be like a valley of disappointment, where many people fall into and give up halfway. Nevertheless, this is when we need to trust and persevere. Because once we surpass the breaking point, the effectiveness will appear. This is a common characteristic of any compound interest process. The strongest results always come late, and in philosophy, there is a law called the law of quantity and quality. It states that changes in quantity will lead to differences in quality, and this also applies to the breakthrough moment in the compound interest process. When we practice a habit, it is like planting a bamboo tree in the first 5 years. No matter how ideal the environment is, we hardly notice its growth. However, after 5 years, as if by magic, the bamboo tree will start growing at a rate of 30 centimeters per day and can reach a height of 27 meters in just 6 weeks. This is why I mentioned living like a bamboo tree. It shows that the period of potential in the compound interest process is crucial, and we need to persevere and trust in this process. Therefore, remember that creating compound interest is not an easy and quick process. It requires perseverance, effort, and belief in our own process. Look at the timeline and remember that a downward curve will lead to an upward curve, and good results will come to those who persevere and do not give up halfway. In the past 5 years, we have seen the clear accumulation of the potential of the bamboo tree. During that time, the bamboo tree has deeply rooted itself in the ground and is only waiting for one day to grow tall. This shows that when we focus and persevere, we can achieve great accomplishments. The bamboo tree is a symbol of perseverance and resilience. Despite not showing any growth for 5 years, once it becomes strong enough, it will shoot up and completely transform. Therefore, live like a bamboo tree, always staying determined and never giving up on your dreams. At Tim's, we may be enticed by quick success and desire to achieve our goals easily. However, we must remember that even small changes hold value and contribute to our success. If we only focus on the end goal without paying attention to the small steps, we are more likely to fail. Always remember that change is necessary and unavoidable. If we only look at the end result without acknowledging the process, we will miss out on valuable lessons and opportunities for personal growth. Therefore, live in the present and enjoy each step on the path to success. An important thing to remember when pursuing our goals is to not confine ourselves to a narrow mindset. Sometimes, we may set limitations for ourselves and not dare to dream big. But the truth is, every goal has potential and value, as long as we stay persistent and keep striving. Sometimes when we achieve a goal, we may feel disappointed and not truly happy. This could be because we immediately set our sights on the next milestone without taking the time to appreciate our accomplishments. Therefore, it is important to always value our achievements and not fall into a state of laziness after reaching a goal. Ultimately, we must remember that developing habits is not just about achieving a goal, but also about maintaining and continuously improving ourselves. We should live like bamboo, always persevering and constantly growing in order to achieve great success in life. To succeed, we need to build a system of habits with gradual and consistent progress. This means focusing on building positive habits and maintaining them throughout the process. However, in order to effectively build a habit system, we need to know the secret to sustaining them. One of the most important secrets to maintaining a habit is to know one's own identity. According to research, behind every behavioral system is a set of beliefs and behaviors that are not in line with one's true self will not last long. This means that we need to pay attention to our identity and beliefs. Our beliefs and identity have a significant impact on behavior change. Before wanting to do something, we need to determine who we want to become and what our beliefs are. The stronger our beliefs, the more consistent and sustainable our behavior will be. To build an effective habit system, we need to focus on the process in the present moment. Do not let your mind wander to the outcome when performing any habit. Instead, focus on the process in the present moment. We do not need to wait for happiness or assume a successful scenario to feel satisfied. We can be happy at the present moment and throughout the process of maintaining positive habits. This mindset will help us stay persistent and resilient in maintaining our habits. Therefore, in order to achieve success and reach our goals, we must establish an effective system of habits. To do this, we need to have a clear understanding of our identity and focus on the process and present moment. We also need to have strong belief and be willing to change our behavior to become the person we want to be. Let's start building a positive habit system from now on and be confident that we will succeed in life. As behaviors are repeated persistently, they become habits, and our belief will continue to be reinforced and strengthened. Habits are a sustainable and long-term cycle of development, allowing us to constantly grow and lead us to make changes for ourselves. A prime example of this is when you want to maintain a running habit, you need to identify your identity, acknowledge yourself as an athlete, and have faith that you can achieve your goals. Similarly, when you want to read more in order to write a book or create content, you also need to see yourself as a creative person. If you don't have a clear understanding of yourself before taking action, you will only be able to do ordinary things and not achieve great success. Therefore, remember that habits are a reflection of who you are, and you must understand yourself before you can develop positive habits. To understand yourself, you need to know your goals and desires in life. You must ask yourself, who do I want to become? Then, you can use your beliefs to establish a system of habits that will lead to a happy and fulfilling life from this perspective. Let's take a step back and realize that we must stop labeling ourselves or others. A classic example of this is when parents often want their children to study hard and be responsible whenever they see them watching TV or playing games. However, instead of just looking at their external behaviors, we should understand the reasons behind those actions. It could be because the children lack self-confidence or do not know their goals and desires in life. Therefore, instead of labeling our children as lazy or addicted to playing, we should work together to understand and help them so they can become confident and develop themselves positively. In summary, habits are an important factor in our lives. They affect our self-esteem, identity, and development. So, be careful and choose positive habits to create a happy and successful life. Do not let labels and societal stereotypes influence you. Always believe in yourself and follow the path you have chosen. Prophecy is a concept that has existed for a long time in human culture and religion. It is considered as predictions about the future, which can come from prophets or deities. However, if we keep labeling and repeating these prophecies, can they become reality? In the book, The Power of Habit, author James Clear discusses an important logic related to the formation of human habits. According to him, we need to understand how a habit works before we can change it. This is not just a simple piece of knowledge, but also helps us understand the deep-rooted causes of habit nature. Without understanding this, we will continue to be stuck in unfinished tasks. So what are the 4 steps of habit operation? First, we need a cue, a craving, or a need. For example, when you hear the Facebook message notification sound, this is the cue reminding you that you have received a new message. Next, you will have a natural response, such as wanting to know who messaged you and what the message is about. That is your craving. Then you will take action, such as taking out your phone and opening the message. Finally, when you finish reading the message and find out who is looking for you and what they want to say, your need has been satisfied, and that is also the reward. Take a moment to think. Do you see that most of our daily actions are based on the principle of these 4 steps of habit formation? From getting dressed, putting on shoes, turning on lights, brushing our teeth to eating, working, or entertaining, all are done according to a certain process. Therefore, we need to pay attention to the fact that habits have a great impact on our lives. However, the scary thing is that once a habit is formed, it's difficult for us to stop. This also explains why many people struggle to change their bad habits. So, in order to change and control our habits, we need to understand its mechanism and apply appropriate techniques to effectively change them. In life, we cannot avoid forming habits. However, what's important is that we need to know how to manage and control our habits in order to achieve success and happiness in life. Let's learn and apply habit management techniques together to become a better version of ourselves. For example, you may tell yourself that today I will spend time reading 20 pages of a book. However, as soon as you sit down on the couch, you get distracted by picking up your phone and scrolling through Facebook or watching TikTok. This has become a habit in your life, a series of actions that are done without much thought. To overcome bad habits and build good ones, we need to understand the principle behind how habits work. First, we need to make the habit clear. In fact, vision is the strongest sense of humans, accounting for 90% of all sensory abilities in the body. Therefore, if we can take advantage of this and capture visually, we can successfully suggest our habits. For example, if you want to develop a habit of reading books, keep them within reach. Don't let them pile up in a corner and only remember them when needed. Instead, let them appear regularly in front of you as an essential part of your daily life. You can leave books in visible places, such as on your desk, on the bookshelf in the living room, or in your bag. The second step to maintaining a habit is creating a conducive environment for its execution. If you want to develop a habit of exercising, prepare your workout clothes and shoes beforehand. If you want to study English every day, keep books and notepads on your desk. This will make it easier for you to start and maintain your habit. And that is the second step in changing our bad habits, making them irresistible. By using the above formula, we can create a conducive environment for adopting the new habit and prevent the development of bad habits. So, observe and apply this formula in your daily life to change bad habits and create better habits for yourself. As I start a new day, the first thing I always do before going to work is to take off my clothes and put on my sneakers. This helps me feel comfortable and ready for a long and active workday. After completing my tasks, I usually have a cup of coffee to relax and recharge. However, instead of just drinking coffee, I also have a habit of reading for about an hour. This not only entertains me, but also improves my reading skills and expands my knowledge. In addition, one of my hobbies is exercising and playing sports. Therefore, after having coffee and reading, I often go to the gym to train my body and maintain good health. It's great to be able to combine my interests into an effective workday. However, besides these positive habits, I also have another habit that I want to maintain. That is taking photos and writing in a journal. I am usually lazy to write in a journal every day, but I love taking photos. So I have used this to keep up with my journal writing habit. Every day I will take beautiful and interesting photos and then write a few lines to go with them. This makes my memories more vivid, and I can also preserve those memorable moments. According to Professor David Rimus, combining high-frequency behaviors, such as taking pictures and writing in a journal, can reinforce low-frequency behaviors like journaling. This makes maintaining habits more appealing and easier. Therefore, if you are struggling to maintain a positive habit, try implementing this method and harness the power of a group to help you achieve your goals. Ultimately, I believe that maintaining positive habits is crucial in life. We cannot exist alone. We always need support and positive influence from those around us. So, let's utilize our genetic memory and learn from our ancestors to maintain positive habits and achieve success in life. In the video, The Soccer Tribe, we are reminded of the importance of establishing close relationships with others. This has become an integral part of our lives and has deeply rooted within us. Therefore, based on this, we can use the power of a group to eliminate our bad habits. For example, you can join a running group or a group with similar interests or participate in a training class. When you join a group, you will be reminded and supported to maintain your new habits. If you do not fully participate, you may be reminded or even excluded from the group. This will motivate you to become more diligent and positive. The third step in changing habits is to make everything easier. The most important principle here is to reduce difficulty. For instance, if you want to maintain a gym routine, choose a gym near your home that is easily accessible. Do not compare prices or quality of different gyms. Focus on reducing the difficulty of implementing your new habit. Additionally, maintain the 2-minute rule from the first days of practicing your new habit. This will help you gradually adapt and maintain the new habit more easily. It is important to remember that there are always decisive moments in life. These moments will make a big difference in your life. For example, when you decide to cook instead of ordering takeout, or when you choose to ride a bike instead of driving to work. These moments may seem small, but they can have a significant impact on your life. Therefore, try to maintain positive habits and reduce bad ones to create a safer and more comfortable life for yourself. Do you choose to scroll through your phone or read a book during your free time? This could be a crucial turning point in your life, affecting whether you have a good or bad day. It all depends on the chain of moments and decisions you make. If you can accumulate many right moments in a day, they will eventually lead you to a completely different outcome. Therefore, the author advises us not to spend too much time on starting a new habit. If you spend too much time on a new habit, you may find it difficult to persevere and easily give up. Instead, start with small steps, such as reading 1 to 2 pages of a book every night before going to bed. The 2-minute rule reminds us that no matter what, we must allow ourselves to take those first small steps to maintain a new habit. However, starting a new habit is not easy. It requires perseverance and effort from oneself. But if you can start with ease, the following actions will come more naturally. Small, humble actions at the beginning are truly powerful. You have to believe that once you start doing the right things, everything will become much easier. On the other hand, if you want to get rid of bad habits, you need to create obstacles for them. For example, if you can't stop looking at your phone, remove all apps that waste your time. If you can't stop playing games, make it harder to open a game. The final step in changing a habit is to make it enjoyable. We must understand the reason why we want to change our habits. If you only do it because of pressure from others or to fit societal norms, you are more likely to give up and not achieve your goal. Instead, find personal reasons and inner motivation to change your habits. And when you feel excited and have a clear goal, maintaining the new habit will be much easier. In summary, choosing between scrolling on your phone or reading a book during idle moments can impact your life. Start with small steps, perseverance, and inner drive to change your habits. And finally, make the process of changing habits enjoyable and achieve your goals. Bad habits are actions that we often do automatically, without thinking and without awareness. They may stem from repeated occurrences in the past or from the influence of our surroundings. However, regardless of their origin, bad habits are difficult to overcome. One of the reasons why it is difficult to get rid of bad habits is because they provide us with immediate pleasure and satisfaction. For example, playing video games can give us a sense of achievement when we overcome challenges, or eating sweets can temporarily satisfy our cravings. However, our brains often underestimate long-term threats, similar to a frog being boiled in hot water and not realizing it until it's too late. We are unaware that these bad habits will have consequences in the future, and the instant gratification will be outweighed by negative effects. On the other hand, good habits work in the opposite way. They may not bring immediate pleasure, but they provide long-term benefits for us. Therefore, we need to be cautious of things that offer quick enjoyment. The sooner we question whether it will bring long-term benefits, the easier it is to eliminate bad habits and replace them with good ones. One effective way to increase immediate satisfaction is to regularly monitor and evaluate our habits. You can start by taking an hour to track your habits and post it on a visible wall. Every time you successfully perform an action or task related to that habit, mark it as completed. This may seem simple, but it is highly effective in rewarding the mind and helping you continuously progress. However, to completely eliminate bad habits, we need to do something different. Instead of just focusing on getting rid of bad habits, we need to add in feelings of discomfort and pain when performing these habits. This will help us realize the negative consequences of these habits and gradually eliminate them entirely. Therefore, to develop good habits, we need to add a bit of short-term happiness and any habit that brings long-term benefits. Be careful and persistent in getting rid of bad habits and replacing them with better ones. With just a little perseverance and determination, we can change ourselves and live a more positive life. One of the key messages that this book wants to emphasize to everyone is perseverance. Sometimes, we may think that giving up is the easiest way to solve a problem. However, remember that persevering through difficulties is better than giving up. No matter how challenging it may be, never give up, because it is only through perseverance that you can truly maintain your identity. If you give up twice in a row, it also means that you are developing a bad habit. And do not let metrics become your goal. When metrics become the goal, they are no longer good metrics. This is a quote from a very famous manager. If the entire company's focus is on KPIs, key performance indicators, then employees will only try to compensate for these numbers. But in reality, they will not be able to work in the same way. If you only do things to complete a habit tracking sheet, then it will have no meaning at all. Tracking is just the beginning and a method to help us form good habits, but do not see it as the ultimate goal. Do not live to track, and do not live solely to focus on goals. In summary, there are 4 essential steps to forming good habits and getting rid of bad ones. However, it's important to remember that habit formation is a gradual process, a compound interest-building journey, and a long-term investment of time. Our time is precious, so let's use it effectively to cultivate good habits in life. Overall, the video summarizes the important content of the book in detail. However, I want to remind you of some equally important points that I have learned after reading this book. Firstly, the book emphasizes the crucial point that habit formation is a daily accumulation, a process of building compound interest, and a long-term investment of time. Don't expect big changes to happen overnight or in a week. Be persistent and take the time to accumulate good habits. They will lead to success in the future. Secondly, don't let yourself become just a number on a habit tracking chart. Instead, focus on personal growth and becoming the best version of yourself. Don't let the measuring tool be the ultimate goal. Let it be a support for your personal development. In the end, do not live to just follow and focus solely on goals. Live for yourself and enjoy life. Good habits are an important part of life, but do not let them completely dominate your life. To sum up, this book has helped us understand more about creating good habits and eliminating bad ones. Let's apply this knowledge to our daily lives and become the best version of ourselves. Wishing you success. The first thing we need to do to determine if we have invested wisely is to compare ourselves to others in life. Each person has their own path, so it is impossible to compare with anyone else. What matters is that you must discover your own strengths and areas for improvement. In the book, there is an answer to this question, that you should do things that you find interesting but may be boring to others. This shows that you are suited for a certain task, not only because you like it or not, but also because you can handle its difficulties easier than most people. The second thing I want to mention is not to rely too much on habits. You need to realize that habits can also be a trap, and in fact, sometimes they can turn something into a routine, and the end result can become mediocre. If someone is stuck in a daily habit, everything they do is just 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, with nothing new or groundbreaking. This can prevent us from progressing and achieving greater success. So how can we avoid this? The answer is to not expect and change your habits. Habits are a straight line, and we should expect them to be a curve, a different curve, and a different curve. This means that you should always challenge yourself and never stop learning and improving. Look for new things and try things you have never done before. This will help you grow and become more adaptable in life. In addition, you can also seek help from those around you. Learn from successful people and those with special experiences. They can share with you secrets and strategies to achieve success in life. Don't hesitate to ask and share your thoughts and ideas with them. This will help broaden your perspective and provide new approaches to investing in yourself. Lastly, always believe in yourself and never give up. Sometimes we may face failures and challenges in life, but don't let them discourage you or make you give up on your dreams. Stay confident and persistent, and eventually you will achieve what you desire. And don't forget, always evaluate yourself and strive to improve every day to become a better version of yourself. To reach the highest state of practice, you need to be fully focused and have a clear goal. This means having a purpose in performing your daily activities. Only when you have a specific goal and a plan to achieve it can you reach the flow state, a state where everything happens naturally and effortlessly. However, achieving a state of flow is not an easy task. It is a process that requires complete focus and not being distracted by other factors. The key is to concentrate on developing a proper habit and making it a part of your daily life. One important thing to remember is to practice with purpose in order to improve. This means not just simply going through the motions, but also focusing on making it a habit and becoming proficient at it. This requires perseverance and effort from you. Another important aspect of forming a habit is regularly reflecting and evaluating yourself. Don't let your identity be hijacked by external factors. Always remember that self-belief and personal identity are crucial elements in forming a habit. However, if you become too dependent on them, when you don't achieve the desired results, you will feel disappointed and become weak. In conclusion, to sum up, these small habits are not simply added together. They have a relationship with each other and stack on top of one another, creating cumulative effects and completely transforming your life. When you form a new habit, it will bring along a series of other positive changes in your life. For example, if you develop a habit of reading daily, your life will undergo profound changes and have a significant impact on you. Therefore, if you want to start a new life and find a good starting point, begin by forming positive habits. Don't hesitate and make a deliberate effort to become a master of controlling your life. Living a meaningful life is something that we all desire. However, to achieve such a life, we must dedicate ourselves and put in our best efforts. Only when we put our heart and effort into our lives can we see powerful changes in our lives. Finding leverage for our lives is extremely important. It allows us to maximize our potential and abilities in order to achieve success. The habit building system is an effective tool that helps us become successful individuals and have a more meaningful life. By building positive habits, we can reach our goals and improve ourselves every day. We must always remember that life is not just about achieving success and wealth, but also about finding meaning and happiness in every moment. Therefore, take the time to reflect and set truly important and meaningful goals in your life. We should also not forget that sharing is an important part of life. Let's always help and support those around us by sharing our knowledge and experiences. This is also a way for us to learn and grow as individuals every day. Lastly, always remember that success does not come from luck or favorable circumstances, but from one's own effort and determination. Let's strive for a meaningful and successful life together, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications to not miss our latest videos every week. We hope these videos will be helpful to you, and please share them to spread positive messages to others. See you in our next videos.